Hello, welcome to part 3 of the Origins STV tracker short-term review, and just going to demonstrate again a little bit of bushcraft, or if you like, of what else this knife can do. So if you want to focus down here, again, everybody knows I'm the world's worst cameraman. Trying to make it so the focus is actually on what I'm actually doing and not me. Nobody wants to see me, do they? So I'm going to do some chopping with it, and to do that it comes with this cover. It's got a magnetised cover. This is like Kydex. So I'm just going to explain a little bit more about it. Okay, so STV tracker, or any tracker that comes with a spine like this, will come with a protective cover made out of Kydex, and inside it's got like a magnet. So that just comes on here and slots onto there like that. It holds it in very securely, but obviously you don't want to do any sort of batoning or chopping with while this is on, because obviously you're just going to risk damaging this. So for this, we're going to take this off and put it into a pocket. Hopefully I won't forget where it is. Okay, so I'll explain about this just in a bit. I'm just going to show you the bit of wood processing, as you would if you was out in the field for real. Okay, that's probably better. Right, okay, so just got these logs here, just so it's got, when I do some chopping, it's got somebody to go underneath it, stop the blade from getting damaged. Not like you're going to damage this in a hurry, that's for sure. Okay, so we'll start off with something easy. So about that, lost this. So this is about the thickness of maybe just shy of a finger thickness. So I'm not going to swing this way. Obviously I don't want to risk either letting go of the knife or the knife burying itself in my shins. Okay, so I'm going to try and do this way at an angle, so at least the only place you can go is here, and if I obviously do happen to miss, it's just going to go in this direction, hopefully, in theory. Okay, so first of all I'm going to try and chop cleanly through this. Okay, now bear in mind this is not greenwood, it's been seasoning for a while, but we'll have a go all the same. It's got really good balance, really good weight as well to this. Okay, so I did some light swings first just to see what you'd coat with. Okay, then I took a couple of heavier swings, and as you can see, nice clean cut. So I'm going to do it a lot heavier now. So I'm going to bring this, it's got multiple grips, this knife, where you can grip it forward, grip it further back if need be. So I'm going to do it on the maximum setting, if you want to call it. Now look at that, one stroke and it's gone. And this is the quite hard, it's been seasoning, and it's about the thickness of my finger, and it's gone. Okay, look at the blade, inspect the blade. Always doing my reviews. Absolutely no chips, no rolls. Absolutely zero. Nothing. So now I'll give it a bit more of a challenge. So this is a bit thicker than thumb, a bit wider than a thumb. Again, this is a bit of seasoned ash. You can see it's not green wood. It's really solid. Now my big Bowie knife I've got at home can do this with 2 strikes. But obviously I'm used to my Bowie anyway, and it's a lot bigger and heavier than what this is. So I'm still getting my way around this knife, finding out all the pros and cons and ins and outs of it. So I'm still testing it, if you will. This is only a short-term review of what I will think of it. So this is quite thick, and we'll have a go. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to go, when I'm chopping, I'm going to go a downward strike, okay, and then when I'm cutting, the next demonstration I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a kind of a lateral strike, so it's more to the side, more like at an angle, more like 45-degree angle. So first of all, I'm going to see if it does any damage to the blade on a downward strike. Okay, so we'll do it the maximum setting, which is my hand's going to be all the way down here, so all that weight, all that forward weight is going down onto it. Could have better conditions for chopping, if I'm honest. I haven't got a chopping block here. This is the middle of a wood, so I'm trying to make the most of what I've got, which is, I suppose, if it's a survival situation or similar, then that's all you've got. So without further ado, we'll see how she does. Find out the best way to do this. So downward strike first, full throttle, as it will. Find out where we're going to strike it first. So I'm probably going to hit it there in the middle portion of the blade, just where it starts to curve that bit, because that is a kind of a shape of an axe, and that's where you want to strike it. So here we go. Missed. Okay, so that was due to my error. I missed the intended target on the blade and actually hit this, which is another problem which I'll explain later. But nice clean cut. For argument's sake, I'm going to do it again. Again, it's probably due to the conditions as well. This it's not the ideal location for chopping, especially on top of here, which everything's moving about and things. If this was on a stationary log, it'd probably perform a lot better. So yeah, that was with one stroke. I think it probably broke off slightly towards the end, but as you can see, there's enough power in this to do it with one stroke. Okay. Okay, so we'll check out any damage. Damage to the edge. I'm always honest in my videos, so if I see any rolls, chips or anything like that, I will tell you. I don't lie about things like that. Bearing in mind, I've not stropped this for a while, but it's still got a workable edge on it. Okay, thought that was a roll, but it's not. No, just a piece of muck. No. No deformations, no chips, no rolls, and that was a really heavy swing. This is what this tool was born for and designed for. No normal bushcraft knife will cut through something this thick with one strike. Okay, and this is where the tracker knife comes into its own. Awesome chopper, really impressed with that. Okay, so find something to baton with. So okay, so batoning, which this can do it, it's more than capable of doing it, but this is a for me another problem with this knife when it comes to batoning, which again I'll explain in my conclusion, but let's get on with it. Okay, so I'm going to use maybe this for baton, should do it. Okay, again this is not green wood, this is ash, hard season ash. Now you can do it either from there, or I like to do it at straight edge there. So I'll test it here first. Balancing the log does not help matters whatsoever. Okay. See, again, that's the problem. The log as well doesn't help matters. As you can see, it works. Baton straight. It's not the ideal conditions today. As you can see, everything is muddy. It's like a swamp here today. But you've got to get used to things like this. It can't always be sunshine and rainbows, can it? Okay, so things are going to get wet, things are going to be muddy. It's not always going to be, your knife is going to get muddy, as you can see. Big cake of mud on that. It's a tough knife, so we'll give it tough challenges, don't we? Yeah. Split that down again. Split that down again with my muddy stick. Again, it's moving off here. It's all we can do at the minute with what we've got. If there's a real situation, you can only make do with what you've got. Okay, so that out of the way. It's probably going to be the worst video I've ever done due to the conditions that we're in. Everything's caked in mud. It's like a swamp, like I say. It's not always going to be nice and sunny and dry. It's going to be wet and damp and boggy. So just wipe the mud off there. You can take it. This is a tough knife. You can take it. Okay, so damage. Absolutely zilch. Nothing. No rolls. Did a really good job with heat treating this and tempering it. Really good. Really impressed. And see, I haven't dropped this for a while. Still does it. Awesome. So what else can she do? I'll tell you what we can do on that one. Let's split some kindling. It's a bit hard because everything's muddy at the minute. Should have chose a better day to do this, but to show you the tip, as I showed you in, I think it was part 1, the tip on this, as well as being sharp, it's like a angle, almost like a chisel tip. And that adds incredible strength to that tip. So let's test that out. So always keep the blade away from you. I'm not really splitting kindle. What I'm doing is really just testing this tip. I think, I don't know if my face is muddy, I don't know if you saw that, a load of mud just splashed up and hit me in the face, but I'll show you this. Look, that is just what that knife is just split. And again, if a knife that has not been very well heat treated or not as thick as that knife and had a really strong tip on it, there's no way you could have done that without breaking the tip. So that puts really a lot of stress on that tip. Speaking of tip, looking at all angles, nope, absolutely nothing at all. You can see that, a bit hard. Tip still intact, still straight, nothing. In fact, that tip is still hair shaving sharp even after doing that. That's a pass in my book. So, strong tip, strong chop, it can baton. So what else can it do? I'm thinking of testing that tip one more time, just to see how, if you're going to use this now for a real situation, and this is the only tool you've got. So let's see what it's really capable of, and we'll do another demonstration with this tip. Again, don't try this at home. Not actually tried this yet, but I'm actually confident that this will pass. First, let's get a big baton. So we'll get, this is a baton I made probably a few months ago, I can't remember, probably on its last legs now, but it still should. Okay, so pommel tip, let's see what she can really do. This is what she was really built for, heavy duty. I'm just going to move that camera just slightly up. In a very boggy wood. Okay, can you see that? Hammered straight into that log. So that'll test the tip, test the strength of the handle, the strength of the pommel. this wasn't going to be an easy test. Hammered straight in, and as you can hear, I wasn't going easy on it, really hammering it in. Okay, I was getting it out now. So, foot on there, that's buried really deep. That's the result. Look how wide that is from that tip. That tip's got a really wide tip for splitting. That's another thing you can do with it. Use it as a wedge to split. That's how strong it is. And again, this is the tip. Still intact. No bends, no rolls, no chips, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I've just hammered this into a log. Hammered the pommel into a log. And that's why this tip was designed the way it was. Awesome. Okay, so it's 22 minutes. There's one more test I want to try, and which is something that the Tops tracker couldn't do, and that is saw very well. Now, I've not had a lot of field time with this knife with regards to sawing, so let's see how we do today. Now ideally, if you are sawing into a big log or something like that, it needs to be, certainly the wood that you're sawing needs to be in a fixed position so it's not wobbling about. This log here that I've got on the floor, which I'm just going to demonstrate, I'm not going to saw all the way through it, I'm just going to show you how deep it can penetrate. So without further ado, we'll see if this can do better than the Tops version. Move that out of the way so you can see. I've got a notch in here from something else, so I'll try and do it close to there. Okay, everything's caked in mud. Go further up, I think. It's a bit of knotty wood as well, so we'll have a go. It's not easy because this is moving. However, I want to show you. Okay, how many seconds was that? Maybe 10. Not too sure. Okay, so you see exactly where I saw. I want you to see this. Look at this. This is something that a Tops tracker definitely couldn't do. Look at that. That was in what? Maybe 10 seconds? Maybe. Look at the size of that notch, it's just sawn through. And this would go all the way, through this wood. Yeah, it's not as seasoned as the other wood I've used, but the Tops tracker couldn't even get this far. It'd struggle. But this Origin tracker, different story. How deep that notch is, for just a few seconds. Easy. Lovely. Absolutely love it. Been in worse, Lee, we've been in worse. Okay, so we're coming up to 25 minutes. I'm going to break off there and I'm going to get some dinner, and then I'm going to get back to you in part 4 for a final conclusion about the first impressions, very short term review on this, and my honest opinions and the pros and cons of a knife such as this. So catch you in the final part, which is part 4. Bye bye for now.